Hi, this is gonna be a different kind of video, but I read for specific videos, but I don't share every single thing that I'm reading with you guys because it doesn't fit a theme or an idea I have for a video. I wanted a place that I could share bits and pieces of other things that I'm reading in the week, random things. I could share things like fan fiction I'm reading or stuff I'm writing or just something I picked up on my Kindle and read in one sitting, and little crafty bits that I get up to because I love being creative. But I don't have anywhere I can share that, and it doesn't feel like it fits in a cohesive reading 7 books in 7 days, reading fantasy for a week. If I'm all over the place, it doesn't really work. So I've decided that I'm just going to do these little random spend the week with me style vlogs where I just share what I want to share when I want to share it. So that's what we're doing. And this is the first video of hopefully many of these throughout the year. And I'm having the Monday-iest Monday ever. And my brain is just not working. So coffee. What do we think of my mug? I love this. It's made by a local ceramic studio, Sugar House Ceramic Co. I just think it's so pretty, and then my wife got me one. I love it. I drink out of it all the time. This is my current go-to. Well, this sucks. I picked up my Kobo, my e-reader, off the floor in my library office, my little space, and it looked like this. And at first I thought, oh, maybe it's just like an error. Like, let me restart it. Let me plug it in. It does nothing. The screen is like stuck like this. As you can see, I was going to read Manacled. I was thinking about reading some fan fiction. I was really excited about it too, and that does not look like it is going to be happening. I'm disappointed because my Kobo is how I read books from the library. In Canada, you can't connect your Kindle to Libby, which sucks, but you can connect your Kobo. So anytime I get an ebook out from the library, I mean, I had like an Emily Henry one out now that I was about to start, or I also use this for fan fiction, like it has fan fiction on it. I use this guy, and then I use my Kindle for Kindle Unlimited. It's a long story for why I have both. I didn't mean to have both. I lost this. And now I've lost it again, and it's not coming back. So we can say goodbye to all of these cute little stickers on the back. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad. So place your bets if you think a child did this. I wonder if maybe they dropped it on the floor or, like, I don't know, stepped on it, or if a dog did it. I have 2 kids and 3 dogs, so place your bets because it could have been anyone. I'm so unhappy with my library office room since I took down all of the Christmas decor. So I want to show you what we're working with, and I think in this video we'll make some changes. We'll redo it because I'm not liking it at all. First we have our piano. I hate this whole thing. I did just put all of these candlesticks in candelabras to kind of, I don't know, do something. This is just some decor stuff I'm just throwing there because I don't know what to do with it. Lots of Taylor Swift records. I also hate this shelf. I thought I was gonna love this shelf and I hate it. I despise this. I need to put something else here. It's so ugly. My desk was always a mess. This just needs something. Penny's crying. Like, it needs something, right? And then my bookshelves aren't looking cute either, so I don't know what to do there. And then there's nothing in this corner at all. My kids are screaming. They're with their babysitter. What am I gonna do? The rug also needs to be put back down. It's just not cute, guys. I think I need to browse Pinterest and come up with some like ideas for what I want. I'll insert some vibes here. This is the vibes. What do we think? Can we make that happen? I hope. I got some art prints for the library. I know I told you that I'm not loving this room. I want to make some changes to it, so that's what we're gonna do. First things first, I got a bunch of art. I got a bunch of frames. Let's look at them together. I think I'm also gonna put on some booktube maybe. I might watch some videos on bookbinding. My supplies are slowly coming in, and I don't know if I've said here, my first project, I have a fan fiction bind in mind, but using like a pre-made text block is going to be a book repair of, this is Crescent City. It's the second one in the series. It is so rough. So Hunt is going to be cut up. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. I don't have all of my supplies yet though, so we can't do that. But I want to watch some videos on binding so that I can start getting an understanding, because I'm someone that loves to follow instructions. So this is beautiful, but it's all from Opposite Wall. We'll see what it looks like. I got a bunch of prints, a bunch of different kinds of frames. I want to go with like a bit of a vintagey, antique-y feel for the room. Libraries to me are like old. Ooh, let's look at these prints together. Okay, first, this one is not for my library. No, that's for my kids' room. I just thought it was so cute. So first things first, let's look at these little ones. So we got a big selection here of prints. Maybe should I just put them in the frames and then show you them? I think that's the best way. Okay, they're not done yet, but holy cow, these are so pretty. I am on to my last one, and then I'll give you an overall look of the vibe. I'm actually not sure where I'm going to hang everything. I probably should have thought of that when I ordered prints. The last thing I'm going to do is order, well, it's not the last thing. There's so many things. I want to order like a cool gallery kind of light to light up my cross stitch that I'm gonna hang. I'll get that out too and show you, because it's very cool. My grandmother made it, and oh my god, it's amazing. But I guess first we're talking about these prints. Okay, I guess that's it. I'm in love. Oh my god, it's so pretty. This is the exact vibe I want. Free feet content. So these, as you can see, are like the same collection. Well, everything's from the Bibliophile collection from Opposite Wall that they just released. So these 3 prints I think all go together really nicely. I wanted like a little bit of a mix up in the frames, not all uniform. So I got 2 of the same and then 1 different, but then I also got that one, which is the same, if that makes sense. Those were the 2 options I had for this kind of frame. I think these 3 will go above the piano here instead of this shelf. This is coming down. This, it gives me fantasy like village vibes. I think it's gonna go up there. And these 3 pretty books, I have no clue. There's not that much wall space. Where's it gonna go? I actually have no clue. We are gonna watch a movie, and all of my bookbinding supplies came started. Well, I already took the covers off, and I think I did a pretty good job. I kind of slipped in, and one part is like a little detached at the top. I haven't been showing you much of my bookbinding. This is what it's looking like. Glitter vinyl is very hard to work with. So we're gonna clear all this off and take these shelves down and hang some artwork. This is a lot of screws holding this up. So I don't know what to do about that, because I think I'm gonna have to fill the holes, because I think the paintings are gonna go up there. All right, adding more work to my work. Girls with power tools. Can't find a drill bit for that, so we're just gonna move right on to fill in some holes. This is a little dry, but it's gonna have to do. I can't find a hammer. Do you think this will work? We're gonna try. Okay, that is so cute. That is perfect. It adds just like a little something to the corner, right? You have to admit this looks good, right? Oh my gosh, it turned out so pretty. This corner is everything. So let me show that first, and then we'll get to this big blank space. But first, the corner. So the frames and the posters are all from Opposite Wall. These, we have green, pink, and blue, like monochromatic, inky. I don't know, are they watercolor? They're beautiful. So I got them in like an antique frame. This isn't a real antique frame. It's from Opposite Wall. And then we have the same green, pink, blue, but with books over there. And I thought maybe it would be too much having this as well, but I actually think it's absolutely perfect. I do need some stuff to go up here, just like a couple decorative things. Right now I have a candelabra and some candles, and then just candle supplies, a little snuffer and a wick trimmer. I don't know. I need a lamp in here, so that's where it is right now, but we'll see what happens. Right here, I'm gonna put this cross stitch that my grandmother made of when Allie proposed to me. It is one of my prized possessions, and it is gonna go in this big blank space, and I got a special light to go with it. And then over here is where I add that little picture that reminds me of like a little fantasy village. Again, an antique frame. So perfect. Like, look at this cozy reading corner, cat and all. I still have to tackle my shelves, and I'm debating on putting a TBR cart here instead of doing TBR shelves, and putting bins there to store things, like all of the little bits and bobs, like cameras that I don't want out. But it's coming. I'm so happy with how this turned out. It is the perfect little reading corner. It's beautiful. I do have a discount code, Allie and Sam, for 25% off prints. If you want to check them out, Opposite Wall. It's great. I have so many things from them around the house. I have so many prints and frames of theirs around the house. They make beautiful stuff in like all different collections. This is the bibliophile and storybook collection. It's a perfect fit for the library. Okay, who's ready for a bookbinding update? I have my text block. So I cut it out and I glued end papers on. That's what these are. You know those colored bits at the start of the book? It was originally this guy. And then on the spine, I've added this like cloth. And that is going to strengthen the bind and adhere it to this bad boy. So this is my like bookcase for the book. A lot of things are going wrong, so this is not a tutorial. Next one we'll do together, I promise. But as you can see, there's some serious warping going on here, and that's because the chipboard I used, this cardboard, definitely too thin. I definitely need something thicker. I think I'm going to try doubling up next time and using 2 pieces glued together. We'll see how that works. The actual like gluing it on looks good, but I think my corners could definitely be tighter. I am really frustrated with how the vinyl is going because I wanted this beautiful fine line foil
design. I made it, took hours doing it, and it did not work. Like, I could not weed it. I spent so much time trying to. Weeding it is where you take the design off. You cut all the extra vinyl off, and you just have your bits that you want left instead of all this extra. AKA what I'm doing right now. Oh, I might have pneumonia. I'm going for a, one of my kids has pneumonia. I am sounding like this because I need to go to the hospital in the morning and get my emergency chest x-ray done. So that's fun. Not excited about it, obviously, because who wants to have pneumonia? It is so hard to see. So this vinyl is sparkly, and it's the only one I had. And it is so hard to work with, guys. Like, it is impossible to weed this bish. Like, oh my gosh, it is taking me forever. Like, I can't even see where the lines are. But a learning experience. Oh, we also have like some sizing issues. It took me 3 attempts to get the cardboard bit right. And even now that I see it with the book again, it's the wrong size. My next adventure is going to be binding fan fiction, and I'm actually going to bind what I'm currently reading, which is Draco Malfoy and the Mortifying Ordeal of Being in Love. It's like a rom-com. It's not dark at all. Like, it's very fun vibes, very light. I am really enjoying it. I still have a lot to go in it, I think. I have this idea for a bind in my head, combining binds that 2 other people have done. So I'm really excited about that. And I talked to my library today about printing, because that's been like my big hang up, is how do I print that without a printer? Because like it's 500 pages, I think. That's crazy. Back to this project, and we'll chat soon.
I have an announcement to make. Office is a mess again, but I finished this bind, and it's been sitting on my bookshelf for a few days, and now that it has been, I see that the warping is even worse. So I think what I'm gonna do is press it in my book press and see if that helps. If not, we might be taking her apart and redoing her sooner than I thought. But it looks great. I'm really happy with it for my first ever bind. I've already told you everything that's wrong with it, except for the fact that I miscut the vinyl on the spine and it's crooked. But I think the most pressing thing is that this chipboard is way too thin. We're gonna remedy that for the next one. But I did it, I found a book. I think the next one, I'll take you along more on the journey of doing it and we can chat about it. But I mean, still, it's done. I'm happy. It's great. It's repaired. It's usable. It's all that matters. And I was also going to say, I haven't been reading. This is the longest I've gone without reading in a while. I have been reading fan fiction and listening to an audiobook. So I'm lying. I'm reading, but I'm not reading like a book. I don't have anything from my bookshelf on the go. I did realize that the audiobook I'm listening to is 22 hours long. So that's taking up a lot of my time. And then also the fan fiction that I'm reading Draco Malfoy and the Mortifying Ordeal of Being in Love. And it's like 200,000 words. So it's basically the length of 2 books. Like two books this-ish size. Ooh, time to go check on my bread. Actually, I'm making bread. Why don't we go look at it together? Here we go. So I'm making a raspberry white chocolate sourdough loaf, and it's been in for 40 minutes. Normally this is when I take it out, but I'm gonna probably leave it in for longer because inclusion loaves I'm learning take longer. But let's see what it looks like. Oh my god, that looks so good. Let's do maybe like 5 more minutes. So it's February. I thought maybe we would talk about the 5 books that are on my TBR. My goal for this year is to read 50 books off of my physical TBR. I think we've read 5. Pretty good. I have picked 5 more for this month. We'll see if I get to them. I have actually started one, and that is Spiral. Here's the thing though, I also added this to my TBR this month. I just bought it, so it's like a cheat. I also want to read more books with queer characters, and I want to read more books by BIPOC authors. So a few of these books hit those criteria. We have Spiral, it's a romance between a hockey player and a ballerina. We have Fake Dating. This is the second book in a series. The first book was called Collide. I didn't read it. You don't have to for romances, I find, so we're not. And then we have Priory of the Orange Tree, which has been on my TBR for forever. It's an epic fantasy. It is such a big book, but it's sapphic, so I really want to read it. It's just like huge and intimidating, although like actually looking at it, the font's a pretty good size, so I think it won't be too hard to read. Like, it's not one of those books where the font's like super tiny and hard to read because I have bad eyes. I really want to read A Study in Drowning. So this is a YA fantasy. It says, but if fairies and monsters were real, so were the women who defeated them. It is so pretty. I got this on sale for Boxing Day with a gift card. So I just really want to read this. It's the prettiest book on my bookshelf. It sounds intriguing. I want to give it a try, especially because I know the sequel's coming out this year. I really want to read some romances because it's February. It is the month of love. We have Playing Flirty. Again, we have a BIPOC author with this one, and it is about nerds, which I just think is going to be a little different, a little fun. I'm really excited about it. The game is on for two nerds who love to outplay each other even when their hearts are on the line. Another book by a BIPOC author, we have This Woven Kingdom. I have the first 3 books in this series all on my bookshelf. It is a YA fantasy series, and it is by the same author who wrote the Shatter Me series, which I know is super popular, but I've never read it personally. But like I said, I have 3 of these on my bookshelf. I've been meaning to read them, just haven't got around to it. So I want to read fantasy. We have actually 3 fantasy books in this, so should we do a reading fantasy video? Maybe? Oh, and the other 2 are romance. I don't have anything on the go on my Kindle. I would like to read a sapphic romance too this month. I'm sure I'm going to read things that aren't on my TBR, but I'm really bad at making a TBR and sticking to it. So I hope that at least we get to some of these books, especially because I haven't read a single physical book so far this month of February, and February is a short month. We gotta get going. We gotta get reading. So that's what's on my TBR. Maybe this is where we'll leave it, and I'll be back soon with another video. I hope you enjoyed this little just like fun hangout vlog. It's different, it's not a reading vlog, but let me know what you think of it. We're gonna keep doing these because I'm gonna finish this library room. I got a really pretty light, and we're gonna hang my cross stitch and do all kinds of stuff like that, do my shelves. That's coming up. We're going to probably do some book thrifting. We're gonna bind another book. We're gonna do lots of fun stuff in the next couple weeks, so I'm gonna bring you along with me on top of reading vlogs. Check on the bread. My next video is going to be a reading vlog, so stay tuned for that. I'm excited about it, so I'll see you soon. Bye guys.